In the quiet town of Moravia, an unseen terror lurks in the shadows. Nestled in the heart of the countryside, Moravia is a haven of tranquility, its cobblestone streets whispering stories of a simpler time. But beneath this facade of peace, a sinister presence casts a long, dark shadow over the town. In the dead of night, a chilling silence descends upon Moravia. The only sounds are the distant hoot of an owl, the rustling of leaves, and a soft, eerie wind that seems to carry whispers of the unknown. Then come the strange occurrences: a flickering street lamp, the sudden chill in the air, the feeling of being watched. The first to disappear was old Mrs. Peterson, a beloved figure in the community. She was last seen tending to her rose garden, her laughter floating in the air. The next day she was gone. Her house, once filled with warmth and the scent of freshly baked pies, now stood eerily silent. The roses in her garden wilted, as though mourning their caretaker. Then, young Tommy, a bright lad with a contagious smile, vanished without a trace. His bicycle was found abandoned by the creek, its cheerful bell ringing out a haunting melody in the wind. The townsfolk searched high and low, their hearts heavy with dread. But Tommy was nowhere to be found. As the disappearances continued, so did the chilling accounts. Residents spoke of shadows moving in the corners of their eyes, of whispers carried on the wind, of a feeling of dread that clung to them like a second skin. The once vibrant town of Moravia was now a place of fear and uncertainty, its residents prisoners in their own homes. The unseen terror had made its mark, its presence felt but never seen, its motives unknown. It was as though the town itself had been cast under a dark spell, its peace disrupted by an invisible predator. As fear grips Moravia, the question remains, what is this unseen terror? The local authorities are at a loss, unable to explain the inexplicable happenings. In their desperate attempts to solve the enigma, theories are spun, each more chilling than the previous. The local police force, once pillars of strength and authority in the community, now find themselves floundering in the face of the unknown. They interrogate witnesses, pore over cold evidence, and even bring in outside experts, but the mystery only seems to grow. Crumpled maps litter the sheriff's office, each one marked with the locations of the strange occurrences. The town's quiet library, the old mill at the edge of the woods, the abandoned house on Hill Street, all have become hotbeds of inexplicable phenomena. Yet despite their best efforts, the authorities find no connections, no patterns, only a growing sense of dread. As they delve deeper into the investigation, even the most hardened officers find themselves unnerved. Reports continue to pour in, a chilling laughter echoing from the empty schoolyard late at night, shadows moving independently of their casters, the town's ancient oak tree shedding its leaves in the dead of winter. Psychologists are called in, suggesting mass hysteria as a possible explanation. The town's history is dug up, revealing old ghost stories and curses long forgotten. Paranormal investigators descend upon the town, their equipment flickering and whirring, adding to the mounting fear and confusion. In the midst of this, the townsfolk continue to live in a state of terror. Children are kept indoors after sundown, neighborhood watches are formed, and prayers are whispered more fervently than ever. Despite all this, the eerie occurrences persist. Each day, the sun sets a little more quickly, the nights seem a little colder, and the shadows grow a little darker. As the mystery deepens, the town's residents are left with more questions than answers. In the quiet solitude of Hollow Creek, a haunting tale unfolds. Hollow Creek, a remote hamlet nestled in the heart of an unforgiving wilderness, is steeped in an eerie silence that chills the bones. It's a place where the sun seems to shy away, and the moon casts long, haunting shadows. This solitude, however, is often punctuated by unsettling occurrences that have earned this place its notorious reputation. The history of Hollow Creek is shrouded in a mist of chilling tales, each more horrifying than the last. Unearthly whispers carried by the wind, soft footfalls in the dead of the night, doors creaking open with no one in sight. These are but a few of the eerie happenings that have become all too common in this desolate place. But Hollow Creek is not just a haven for spectral anomalies. It's the people who have dared to venture here who lend credibility to these tales. From wide-eyed locals to unwary visitors, their chilling accounts paint a picture of an area plagued by an unseen terror. Take, for instance, the harrowing tale of a seasoned hiker who, lured by the area's secluded charm, found himself in the grip of an unseen terror. As he recounted, it was as if the very shadows conspired against him, whispering dreadful secrets and casting horrifying illusions. The echoes of his desperate cries for help still seem to linger in the air. Or consider the story of a once skeptical journalist who ventured into Hollow Creek in search of a story. She found one indeed, but not the kind she had hoped for. Her chilling encounter with the unseen left her speechless, a mere shell of her former self, forever haunted by the memories of that fateful day. These tales, though varied, are bound by a common thread, a chilling encounter with the unknown. They serve as grim reminders of the haunting reality of Hollow Creek, a place where the line between the natural and the supernatural blurs and the whispers of the unknown send shivers down the bravest of spines. The haunting of Hollow Creek remains a chilling mystery, with its whispers from the unknown. Attempts to unravel the mystery of Hollow Creek only lead to more questions. As the tale of Hollow Creek's haunting continues, it's clear that the more one tries to untangle this enigmatic web, the more complex it becomes. Countless brave souls ventured into the heart of the mystery, hoping to shed light on the inexplicable events. Paranormal investigators, armed with their high-tech equipment and steely resolve, skeptics, armed with their rational minds and a desire to debunk the tales, all entered Hollow Creek with a sense of purpose. Yet each returned more terrified than when they arrived. Their faces, ashen and drawn, told tales of horror that their words could barely express. Their equipment, designed to capture evidence of the paranormal, instead captured their own growing terror. They spoke of feeling watched, of hearing whispers in the wind that seemed to echo from the shadows. They spoke of a presence, an unseen terror that seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Several theories have been proposed in an attempt to explain the haunting of Hollow Creek. Some believe it to be the work of a poltergeist, a malicious spirit with a penchant for creating chaos. Others suggest that Hollow Creek is a hotspot for supernatural activity, a place where the veil between our world and the next is unusually thin. Yet others propose a more psychological explanation, suggesting that the haunting is a manifestation of the collective fears and anxieties of those who venture into Hollow Creek. But none of these theories provide a satisfactory explanation. None of them can account for the sheer terror that grips those who dare to investigate the haunting. None of them can explain the cold dread that seeps into one's bones, the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes, the whispers that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The truth behind the haunting of Hollow Creek remains shrouded in mystery, leaving us with the chilling whispers of the unknown. The haunting of Hollow Creek continues to baffle and terrify, a stark reminder of the many mysteries that lurk in the shadows, just beyond the reach of our understanding. 2 locations, 2 chilling tales, countless unanswered questions. We've journeyed together through the haunted hush of Moravia and the chilling stillness of Hollow Creek, tales both marked by eerie occurrences and spine-tingling revelations. But as each story unraveled, they left in their wake a trail of unanswered questions, shrouded in mystery and cloaked in fear. In Moravia, the unseen terror that plagued a once tranquil home continues to baffle us. What was the origin of the malevolent force that seemed to revel in its power to torment? Was it bound to the structure itself, or did it attach itself to the unwitting inhabitants? Several theories have been proposed, each more unnerving than the last, but none have been able to fully unravel the enigma that is Moravia's unseen terror. And then we have Hollow Creek, a haunting tale that sends shivers down the spine. What triggered the spectral activity? Was it the untimely demise of a previous occupant? Or was there an older, darker history buried deep beneath the surface? Theories abound, but the spectral echoes of Hollow Creek continue to elude explanation. Perhaps you too have theories or experiences of your own that might shed some light on these unanswered questions. Are these occurrences mere coincidences, or is there a more sinister explanation lurking in the shadows? Could these tales be part of a larger narrative, one that transcends the boundaries of our understanding, challenging our notions of reality? These questions, like the stories themselves, remain shrouded in uncertainty, their answers waiting to be unearthed from the depths of the unknown. And as we continue to probe these mysteries, we find ourselves ensnared in a web of intrigue, our curiosity piqued, our fears ignited. As we delve deeper into the shadows, we are left with only whispers of the unknown and the chilling question, what else is out there?